Okay, my name is Shih Chieh Huang. I'm an artist born in Taiwan, based in New York. In the Experimenta, I'm showing an installation composed of 11 different size pieces with one central control box controlling all 11 pieces. They're all made out of household materials like garbage bags and tupperware containers, desktop computer cooling fans, and LEDs. And things like that. The shape of it, I mean, for the individual pieces, the shape kind of developed through this ongoing process from the beginning when I was making these single breathing garbage bags, which was inspired by when I was, I found this, I was doing this site-specific project in like a sculpture park outdoors, and there's a jogging trail. And there was this pile of garbage sitting there, in some parts of the trail. And I thought it would be interesting to have one of the bags start breathing like it's coming alive. And so in the morning or in the late afternoon, people are jogging, they'll see this bag breathing when they're wandering through the forest. And I started to think, what happens when these bags grow up? And I started thinking, maybe they'll become more complex, kind of like organisms. You have starting with like a single cell organism, and it becomes more and more complex. And then the work's kind of been growing from that direction. And while this is happening, I did a research fellowship at the Smithsonian in 2007 studying bioluminescent organisms in the deep ocean. And I was looking at how organisms are using light and how their movements, and then deep underwater, everything's kind of slowing down. And it has this kind of hypnotic and meditative aspects to it. I really enjoy it. I was looking at different types of organisms that use light or that emits light. I was looking at how they either use different light patterns, either to attract mate or avoid predator or attract prey. And then I was also looking at the movements underneath. Since there's a lot more water pressure, the water pressure is really high the deeper you go. Like every step, every movement, it becomes this, it's like everything's in slow motion, and that's the norm for that world. And I find that really, that wonder, like, oh, because everything you look at, you recognize it as a fish, but it just looks, something's different about it. Maybe it has these evolved weird fins, or the body is more stretched out, the texture of the skin changed. So I'm looking at something that's kind of familiar, but also foreign at the same time. And I like that idea of something kind of, when you look at it, you kind of know it, but you don't really know it. And so for my work, when people step back and looking at it, you're looking at this organism with lights, but when you get close up, they're garbage bags. You probably have, you've probably seen them. There's Tupperware containers, and so kind of the push and pull of these two qualities. I'm interested in from looking at nature. At some point in the process, I was thinking, like all the objects, they're made for a very specific function. Like the water bottles, the bags, or the containers, and the lights, and what I'm interested in is finding alternative purpose to them, alternative functions to them, and making them all work together and forming this one unity, this kind of all these objects working together, becoming this one organism. And in some ways, it's also kind of it's fun for me to see, like, if you take some garbage bag and some plastic container, put them all together, and this could happen. And it's I guess for me, most of it is fun doing that. It's because also maybe because maybe you're not supposed to be doing that, putting 120 volt into a plastic container. Usually when I start working, sometimes I do sketches, but a lot of times I like to just try it out, fitting objects together and see how I can fit them together, or if they're able to or not. And the process. What kind of keeps me going is the experimental process of it, and not knowing the outcome. So, for example, if I'm building I'm building something that I want to put some lights in there, and then and I think, oh, maybe it's gonna heat up, so I should put some fan in there. Then the fan needs to know when the light turns on, and then I thought, okay, I should put a microcontroller in there to let them know what's happening. And then I think, okay, how do if I wanted to make a move, but I don't want to put like a rotating motor, I want to use, certain movements. I thought, well, I'll try it, the fan, I'll try using the fan to push it. It's kind of, and the pieces kind of evolves. Every time I build a piece, when I finish that piece, I start thinking about the next piece. Like that could be improved, or that could be a little different. So this can expand a little more. So it has almost like if you're looking from nature, it's kind of like it evolves. Like each generation, it just keeps, something just keeps developing, getting, I won't say getting better, but just getting to fit into the next environment even better. Yeah.